And it was the first time where I was able to have authentic, positive thinking, where I just took a deep breath. She said my name, and instantly all the fear just kind of melted away. And I was really excited because now I got to play. And it's just, this is the first act where I'm genuinely proud to wear it and be like, yeah, I did that, yeah, I do that, I'm going to promote it more. But it took a long while to get to where I got. It took 3 years, 2015, of very slow moving shows, very slow moving motivation, very harsh self-judgment and then self-talk, and it took a long while to get to a place of being able to play.
This is so profound.
Clowning.
Yes. Who knew?
Right.
Hi everyone, and welcome again to The Real Sexy, a self-love journey. My name is Noemi, and today we have the beautiful Miss Taylor.
Oh my heart.
Of course, you are incredibly beautiful, but I'm pretty sure you remember her from our previous video when she was talking about roller derby, burlesque, clowning, and today we are doing a video number 2. And we are really excited about this because you get to see a behind the scenes of Taylor doing her burlesque show. And I had this amazing opportunity to go see you and to get that view of, you know, what you do and how you do it. And so I was really happy to hear your teacher just go on and on about you and how wonderful you are and how much you've learned and how much you've grown. And then after that, to follow it up with an amazing performance, it was really amazing. I was very happy that I had the opportunity to be there. So what we get to do today is you get to see a little bit of what I got to see. So this is the first time we're going to be watching this video together, and we'll talk about, you know, some of the things that came up for you and how things went. So without any further ado, let's watch.
So much. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating.
Okay, well, we are editing this video. We're making it a little bit shorter to keep a little bit of a surprise, but I am keeping that ending, and I'm keeping that ending because I want you to see, and I want everyone to see how big her audience was.
I actually did not realize it. So where I was performing, it was a place called 3 Clubs in Hollywood, and it's a very good stage for a beginner, because the way that a stage is set up is the lights are shining right down on you, so you can't see the audience. Most places you go don't really have that light set up, or it's more of an open plan, but most of the time when performing, I'm making direct eye contact with people, and that is nerve-wracking. But at this location, I can't really see out. I can't see far, I can't see how many people are there. So I'm so grateful that you panned around, because if anybody had asked me, I wouldn't have even known, like guessed how many people were there, and I'm sweating.
She was sweating just watching it.
Yeah. This show specifically, this performance specifically, was very important to me, to have you be there, and to just, like, as I was walking off back to the backstage, I see Noemi's face, and it was just a moment of, like, feeling very grateful to have her and the other people I knew in the audience, and this one piece that has definitely become very important to me. Something as simple as putting on clown makeup has transformed what burlesque is for me. Because this is a clown piece. It's a burlesque clown piece, and the reason why I sweat when I talk about it, or when I see it, or like the reason why I get all jittery is because of how far I've had to come to find a piece that felt like home. And that was a very special moment. Yeah.
Well, I'm super grateful that I was able to capture, and I was actually able to be there and see it in person. And like I am saying again, your teacher, the way she talked about you, and then the way you performed, I was ecstatically impressed, happy. I'm like, go Taylor! I was like your cheerleader that night.
Yeah.
I was so happy. And you have a little surprise for us, right?
I do. I actually brought my costume with me to like show you a little bit about it, because that's another thing that I'm actually really proud of. Like what I was taught with burlesque is like a lot of things you can get like anywhere. Your base pieces, whether it's like a simple pair of underwear, but what makes it your piece is how you decorate it, how you edit it, make alterations, additions, and so. I don't know how to sew, and if you look really closely at a lot of the stuff I make, it's bad like stitching, but it's my stitching. And my gloves for the piece that you saw, the line is crooked, they're like too tight, but I'm incredibly proud of my crooked, too tight gloves and my tight little shorts, because I did that, I created it, and there's an enormous amount of pride that comes from putting love of labor into creating these unique pieces, like a corset that you could potentially buy at Victoria's Secret's. A lot, like hundreds, thousands of women will own, but the rhinestones, the glitter, the applications, whatever you do to it will make it unique to you. And that's what I've been able to do with just a corset I got off Amazon and a swimsuit, which I'm very proud of.
Okay, so we can't wait to see it. So let me get this out of the way and you can bring in your piece. So why don't you talk to us about this amazing piece that you wore at that amazing show that you performed. So give us a little feedback on this.
So the whole costume includes a blue wig, it includes like an all white clown face, it includes like 3 different pairs of socks. But this is what I did, this is what I made. If you look closely, it's not even that difficult. All I did was really add the pom-poms and the ruffles on all the pieces, and then I created my own pasties, which also were made out of pom-poms. So it's really just utilizing your local Michaels or Joanne Krause. Sponsor it. It's really just utilizing like what you have, being able to look at something and like what can I use, or what can I create, how can I make something that maybe isn't meant for what I want to do and make it work for me.
You make it your own.
Exactly. It's about just being able to think creatively. And I was talking so the woman that introduced me to the show, her name is Lily Von Stupp. She was telling me how for her first performance she wore a wig in the exact same color and the exact same style as her actual hair, but that wig, putting on that wig, gave her permission to be someone else, to do this terrifying, nerve-wracking thing, which is another reason why a costume and all the pieces that go into it are so special for me, speaking from my costume, when I have it all on, I'm deep down still Taylor, but I'm also transforming into a version of myself that is playful, a version of myself that maybe is stronger than I feel sometimes in my everyday life. She is capable of things that I'm definitely capable of my everyday life, but maybe won't go for it because I'm nervous. So it's like a corset, a pair of gloves are basically my costume, my superhero costume of transforming.
I would say it's like your alter ego.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like alter ego, but also not, because it's not.
It's still you.
It's still me. It's just it's like it's like a tangible permission to play. It's a tangible thing that when I'm wearing, it allows me to go into a headspace, because I have really bad stage fright. I'm terrified of going on stage every time. Every show I've had, I'm having major panic attacks in the background, like sweating profusely. At some point, people ask me if I'm okay, because I always look like I'm gonna cry. And all those shows before, I wore like costumes that, although were beautiful and fun, didn't feel comfortable to me because
they weren't true to you.
Exactly, and that's one of the things I love about this art form. It's about what makes you happy, what makes you feel special, what makes you feel beautiful or sexy or confident. Whatever you want to get out of this art form, you can create it. And I got to try on different versions of burlesque by trying out different things. And as painful as it was to like fight myself up to not run off stage because of how anxious I was, there's beautiful moments I wouldn't give up because I had to go through those stages of burlesque and those costumes and those ideas to get to this and have it feel so right. And to have the love for, to know what I don't love, to know what I really don't like, to be able to be confident and strong and yeah, this is what I really do like.
And it's so funny how you can incorporate all these lessons that you've learned through burlesque to your life.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
I don't know for some of the viewers, but at least for me, it takes some time to know what it is that I want to do in life. And it's always those trials of, I screwed this up, I fucked this up, or hell no, I don't like this, you know? But if you don't give it a try, then there's no way you're ever going to find out what is right for you.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you did. I mean, with your outfits, with different styles of burlesque, you're like, no, 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 no. And then you're like, yes.
Right.
Because it's me, because it's my own. And I think that's something that we can all apply to our lives.
Right. And it was a slow process for me. I started burlesque in 2015. I think in total I've only had, like, I can count, I think, on two hands if I were to go down to it, like, how many shows I've had. And that's because I moved very slowly. But it was the life lessons that, it was like I had to actively fight to continue with burlesque. For my first couple of shows, I was like, I really don't like this. Don't show me video, I don't want to look at it. And then when I look at it, I'm like, why am I watching this? This is terrible. And then I would go on stage afterwards, and I'm like, why am I? It was like a constant battle. I was constantly fighting myself to do something and that's confusing. I was like, I want to do this. I love what I'm doing, but why does it feel like it's taking so much to do it? And it wasn't until I started actually listening to what the lessons were of not trying to fit into what I thought it had to be. Again, a bigger lesson in life, not trying to fit into what you think something has to be, and listen to what is actually speaking to me. And so I've performed this act 2 times, and this act both times is the first time, although I did have my anxiety attacks, although I was like freaking out, when performing this act is the first time while on stage I'm actually having fun. It's the first time when I'm performing it that I'm actually laughing and I'm actually smiling and I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I didn't have fun with the other ones. I was too nervous. I felt like I was a pretender. Which is weird because we are dressing up. We are these elaborate characters. We are a lot of things in burlesque, but even though we are elaborate, outrageous versions of something else, it still felt like pretending because it wasn't
you.
It wasn't
true to your core.
Exactly.
And I honestly, seeing you perform in person and then watching it again, there's no way in my mind that I would have thought that this is the second time you're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it went so smoothly, it went so well. I'm like, how many times have you done this? Because it was honestly like on point.
And I think really just goes into I loved what I was doing. So one thing I've realized, I have a really negative voice in my head. I have that voice in my head.
I have that too.
Yeah, that voice in my head that just is so hurtful and angry and sad and just tells you all these mean, hurtful things. And then my mom, like I was 7 years old and I'd be like, Mom, kids are being mean to me. She's like, well, Taylor, just tell them that you don't accept their negativity and that you just aren't going to accept them. Like, I'm 7. Yeah, so she's always been really supportive of not accepting negativity, of we are in control of who hurts us and how we feel. So she would always tell me, it's like, you can't let that voice be like be the loudest one. You have to talk to yourself positively. And to be honest, I was like, that does not even make sense to me. So I would try like, all right, you can do it, and then it just felt like ridiculousness. I'm like, how can I be telling myself I can do it when I feel right now that I can't? And it's only been recently where I've been able to authentically do positive thinking. And so with both acts, I'd be having a panic attack, and then I would just have a moment where I was just talking to myself of, you're here to play. You're here to have fun. You're here to be silly. Clowning, as I mentioned in the last video, has kind of seeped into my life, that clowning is my permission to play. I get to be an ambassador of joy for my others and for myself. And it was the first time where I was able to have authentic, positive thinking, where I just took a deep breath. She said my name, and instantly all the fear just kind of melted away. And I was really excited because now I got to play. And it's just, this is the first act where I'm genuinely proud to wear it and be like, yeah, I did that, yeah, I do that. I'm going to promote it more, and I'm hopefully going to continue with this and maybe evolve in different ways, but still let this be a signature piece for me in the future. But it took a long while to get to where I got. It took 3 years, 2015, of very slow moving shows, very slow moving motivation, very harsh self-judgment and then self-talk, and it took a long while to get to a place of being able to play.
This is so profound.
Clowning.
Yes. Who knew?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so again, super profound. These are things that I've been dealing with in my life recently too, is the permission to have fun with everything that I do.
Yeah.
And so I'm very grateful. But for the viewers who may want to catch you at a show, where can they see you next?
So this like newfound joy and excitement is still very new. I'm still very nervous. I haven't really promoted it, but I do have a couple of shows lined up. I will provide links at the end of the video because I'm still finalizing them. I'm putting together a show for my roller derby team, which I mentioned briefly. I will provide links for that, but since this is still so new, I don't have something to say to you right now, but I will provide links so that there is something by the time this posts up.
But the roller derby one, that's coming up, right? Is there a date and location?
Yes.
Okay.
So I play for the Los Angeles Renegade Roller Girls. I forgot it for a second. I play for the Los Angeles Renegade Roller Girls. We are in the middle of putting together a burlesque fundraiser to raise funds for our team. We keep our dues low, and that allows people that potentially wouldn't have the finances to pay really expensive dues to play roller derby. Really talented women that have so much love to give to our team, to each other, get to play. And we get to travel. We get to do so much that most people don't have the opportunity to do so because we fundraise, because we're able to keep our dues low and keep that available to a lot of people. So right now, one of the new fundraisers that we're hoping will do well.
It will.
Yeah, you're right. One of the fundraisers that will do well, that we're hoping to make a yearly installment, is going to be September 8th. Let me just double check for like a second. It's a Saturday in September. But it's going to be in Long Beach at the Executive Suites. Yes, September 8th at the Executive Suites in Long Beach. Definitely come on down. We would love to see the support and be gentle. It's a lot of new girls that haven't done this. This took me 3 years. There are girls who've never done burlesque before that are just right now only having 2 months to kind of get together. So, oh boy,
it should be a fun experience.
Oh no, it's definitely going to be a fun experience. It's not that. It was more so like, this took me 3 years, and that's because I stopped myself. We just told the girls that we were doing this fundraiser, and we announced to them immediately. They started jumping in. So I stopped me. I slowed me down, and that's why this took so long. But I know for a fact that these girls are going to create wonderful things because they have each other. I chose to isolate. I chose to be afraid. They're not afraid, and I'm very proud to be a part of that team.
Yay! Okay, so thank you so much again for stopping by and giving us a behind-the-scenes inside look to what it is to perform, and also for applying those life lessons to burlesque, to clowning, to all these profound experiences. So, again, if you want to go ahead and check her out, I will be putting in links in the description box so that way you guys can all come through and participate and show her some love. And until next time, I will see you soon.